Hi guys, it's me Junior. Right, thought I'd get this opinion review out of the way. Before I start on the actual opinion and review part for Duel the Grudge, right, just give you a little backstory how I got onto the whole Grudge franchise. Back when the Grudge, the American remake came out, one with Sarah Michelle Gellar, me and my dad saw the trailer on the TV. And he found it initially interesting, so me and him went to the cinema to see it. Now, I thoroughly enjoyed the film. Scared the crap out of me. The only one bit that made my dad jump was when the old lady Emma's hand falls through the door. That's the only bit that made him jump. Me, I jumped for the whole film. Scared the crap out of me. Because that's what I say about horror films, as you guys know. If it scares the crap out of you, decent film. If it doesn't, it's rubbish. So anyway, that's how I got put onto that. And then, of course, when the second one came out, I went on my own to see The Grudge 2. And as I said, I thought it was fantastic. And I started searching through all social media, on YouTube, and, trying to find the Japanese remakes. Because I've been told about them, but I didn't believe anyone at the time that there was originals. So... and I found him purely by accident, so I started hunting on YouTube, and initially I couldn't find him, but I think I spelt it wrong, and I finally got the spelling correction, and I found Ju-on the Curse, Ju-on the Curse 2, and of course Ju-on the Grudge 2. And then I found White Ghost and Black Ghost, the beginning of the end, and the final curse. Now, those last four, they're not that great, guys. They're all right, it's part of the Ju-on franchise, obviously, but it's not part of Keiko's story. And through finding the Ju-on the Grudge, oddly enough, I found The Ring, the American remake, but I did also find the Japanese originals. Now, at the time I didn't watch them. I've only literally just recently watched Ring and Ring 2, the Japanese originals, or Ringu, as they're called on Tubi. So yeah, Ringu and Ringu 2, or Ring and Ring 2, are on Tubi if you want to watch them. But only those. Ring O Birthday, which is a prequel to the original Ring. I haven't watched that yet because it's not on there. So hopefully I'll get around to watching it. But now, obviously, as you guys can tell, I've watched the whole franchise of The Grudge, because I have The Grudge 2, The Grudge 3, and The Grudge 2020 on DVD, and the last one on Blu-ray. So obviously you can imagine I've watched the whole franchise. I've watched it all on YouTube all the way through, including the two shorts, Katasumi and 10 Fours. And I think The Grudge, personally, for me, I think The Grudge is better than Ring. The Grudge franchise, or Ju-on the Grudge franchise, and Ring franchise, or the Ring franchise, to me is Ju-on the Grudge franchise, like collectively as a whole, better than Ring, in my opinion. Reason I say that is, if you think about it, right, with Ring, there's not so much you can go with. You can't take her too far from the well and the videotape. I suppose there might be a way they could do it, but I don't think it would work, personally. And another thing, I'm going to do a little pick here. Also, what also proves my point is they had to change her name. They didn't have to do that with The Grudge. Keiko is the same woman that played her until the third one, till The Grudge 3 of the American remakes. And yes, she was recast in The Grudge 3 and The Grudge 2020, but the character of Keiko stayed the same. The name never changed. And they did that with Ring. In the original, she's called Sadako. I've probably butchered that and apologise. That's my pronunciation, alright? So Sadako is the original. I'm not going to try and pronounce the surname. But in the American remake of The Ring, she was renamed to Samara. While the character is similar, it's different. It's not just my point in that, it's the plot and where they go with it. As you see with The Grudge, you can change it, which you can, which they did in The Grudge 2020. You can change it, you can alter it. Meaning, basically with The Grudge 2020, for those that haven't watched it, they changed it. Now, this is for people that don't know. In The Grudge, or Ju-on The Grudge, right? And before that, the two Curse films, Kyako is killed by her husband. In the original, she's infatuated with... I'm trying to remember now. I think it's Toshio's teacher, I think it is. She gets him fascinated by. And he obviously finds out about it. And he kills her. He snaps her neck in such an angle and way that she gets the death rattle. I can actually do it. I can copy the death rattle. But anyway, and he goes to find his pregnant wife, kills her and the unborn and actually rips the fetus out of her. It's really graphic. So if you watch it, be careful. Remember, I'm talking about the Ju-on The Grudge at the minute. And, well, Ju-on The Curse 2, The Grudge and The Grudge 2. And after he's done that, she kills him. And in the American remake, they change it ever so slightly. Now, this time it's a guy called Peter, who was her college teacher, and she falls in love with him. So remember that I'm only explaining this for those that don't know and have wanted to watch the films and not got round to it. So in the American remake, it's slightly different. So in that one, it's a guy called Peter, played by Bill Pullman. And what happens there is she falls in love with him. And she puts it in a diary. And initially, her husband doesn't know, but obviously, eventually he finds out. And in a similar scenario, he finds out, and unfortunately she falls over in the house, sprains her ankle, and she crawls down the stairs. He follows her, and then, like in the Japanese original, snaps her neck in that similar sort of angle. Only this time, he kills Toshio, because in the original Toshio goes missing. In this one, he kills Toshio in the bathwater and kills the cat Ma. And then she hangs her husband with her hair to kill him. And when someone dies in the grip of a powerful rage, a curse is born. And the curse gathers in that place of death. And anyone who goes into the house gets the curse. And Kayako will follow them. Occasionally, Kyako's husband will do the killings, and Toshio does a little bit, but majority of the killings are done by Kyako. And it's really, really fascinating. And this is what I'm on about. And then in The Grudge 2020, they change it a little bit. Now, this is, to me, what I find fascinating and interesting. In The Grudge 2020, Fiona is the prior carer for Emma, who's the mother of the family that move in a little while after the death of Kayako, all right? And the old woman's called Emma. Now, initially, due to what The Grudge 2020 says, she was initial carer before Yoko took over, all right? Now, Kayako, obviously she comes a little bit face to face with her, so Kayako possesses her. When Fiona goes back to America to her husband and her daughter, Kayako possesses Fiona Landers, and she kills her husband by whacking him over the head with something. Not quite sure what it is. And then in something similar, it's Fiona that kills her daughter in the bath by drowning her and smacking her nose in the bottom of the bath and kills her, obviously cracking her face. And then stabs herself in the neck, which is a little different. No, yes, Fiona becomes the vengeful ghost, but I still find that interesting. You see, that's what I mean by the Grudge. You can alter it, you can change it. Yes, it's the second time that the Grudge comes over from the Grudge 2 and 3 to America, that is true. But that's what I find fascinating. It's the different areas you can go. It's like in The Flat, it's Nakeo, that, which turns out to be Kako's sister in the American remakes, and she becomes a vengeful ghost in The Flat. See, this is what I mean. This is the different scenarios you can go with that in the Grudge, whereas the Ring can't really do that. It has to remain with Samara or Sadeko, and she will always be tied to the videotape and the well, which I find a little bit lame. Don't get me wrong. The Ring and the Japanese originals are great. Please don't get me wrong on that. They're fantastic. The story's all right. They're good for what they are. I personally prefer the Grudge franchise, the originals and the American remakes. I prefer that story to Rings. While I will watch it because it's horror films, isn't it? And you all know I love my horror films. So yeah, I'm sorry guys, I prefer the Grudge over the Ring. Now at the moment, yes, I've got the Ring 2 and Rings. I've got the Ring and Ring 2 on DVD, and I've got Rings on Blu-ray. I've got the Grudge 1, 2. Well, actually, I've got the first Grudge twice because I've got an extended director's cut. So I've got the Grudge, the two Sarah Michelle Gellar ones, the Grudge 2, the Grudge 3 on DVD, and then the Grudge 2020 on Blu-ray. So very similar to the Ring. That's scary in itself. I am going to get Ju-on the Grudge collection, the Japanese originals. Now, for those of you who don't know, it's on Blu-ray, in a collection, in HMV. I know you can get them on Amazon as well, but they're also in HMV. So if you want them, I really strongly suggest those films. If you love horror films, but you prefer suspense, like me, even though I like gory, I do sometimes prefer suspense. So like me, if you prefer suspense sometimes, The Grudge. The other one being Dead Silence, but this is about The Grudge. Alright, so I strongly suggest them. Let you know where you can get them. Yeah, but I do prefer, like I said, The Grudge over The Ring. The Ring's good, please don't get me wrong. I find the story a little tiny bit weak in places. It's not crap by any stretch of the imagination. And I'm going to tell off the critics. Movie critics, I don't think you know what horror films are. I've seen your comments. I know Wikipedia don't always tell the truth, but they do on that side of it. And I have looked at others in other places, and they're not much different on other sites. Movie critics, you don't know what a horror film is. No horror film is ever going to be good enough for you. Okay? Those Grudge films and the Ring films are great. I don't care what you say. Yes, the Grudge is slightly better. But stop picking holes in horror films, please. Alright? There's having an opinion, and then there's blasting something that doesn't need to be blasted. Pack it in. Okay? No horror films are ever going to be good enough for you, because you guys are, it's not scary enough, or it's too scary, it's too violent, it's not violent enough. Movie critics, shut up. Leave horror films alone. Leave horror films to us fans who know what we're talking about, know what we like, and know what we love. We don't need movie critics keep telling us what we can and what we can't like, because you've got a habit of doing that as well. Stop it. Alright? I'm moaning at the movie critics here. Pack in your rubbish, please. And stop telling us what we can and can't watch and what we do and we don't like. I know what I like in a horror film. Alright? I don't need movie critics trying to tell me. Shut up, back off, leave horror films alone. Us fans of horror films know what we like and what we don't like in horror films, okay? And I don't care what you say. Grudge, as you're on the Grudge, are scary. They scare the crap out of me every time I watch them. Alright? Right, moan over. Okay, guys, so that's my opinion review on Ju on the Grudge franchise as a collective. A little bit of The Ring in there, though it's more about the Grudge for obvious reasons, because out of the two, like I said, it's my favourite. I am running through the franchises, the American remakes. I will get around to watching the Ju originals. I know I've got them on YouTube, but I want to watch them on the Blu-ray collection when I get my hands on it. And that includes the Ring ones as well, because you can get the 3 Ring, which is Ring O, the prequel, Ring and Ring 2, on Blu-ray collection and HMV as well. Sorry, I forgot to mention that. Alright, so if you want to watch them, that's my advice to watch them. But remember that Ju on the Grudge, Ju on the Curse 2, Ju on the Grudge, Grudge 2, they, and the 2 shorts, Katsumi and Tenfalls, they're on YouTube as well. So if you want to watch them, they are on there. You'll have to find them. Just tap in the title and put full movie at the end and you will find them, I promise. And they are well worth a watch. If you haven't watched them, for horror film fans, strongly suggest watching them. Alright? And one little shout out to, looking forward to the new Jason Voorhees stuff coming out soon. Not keen on The Mask. So a little shout out to Jason Voorhees there and the Jason universe. Looking forward to what's coming. I haven't played Ju on the Grudge, the game, but when I have bought it, I have played it. I'll let you guys know what I think about that. All right, so that'll be a separate review. All right, for Ju on the Grudge, the game. All right, so I'm going to end the video here. Okay, guys, keep an eye out for upcoming videos. My music videos, you know that I've got planned. Keep an eye out for the holiday video up and coming in October for Stacey's birthday. It's in Poole, but we're not telling you where it's going to be. That's a surprise. And if I tell you, Stacey will shoot me. All right, so hit the bell button and the subscribe button to see all videos coming soon. And Stacey, I know you're going to see this. I love you, my baby. I know you're away seeing your family at the moment, which is totally fine. I'm missing you so much. I love you with all my heart. And just to reiterate here that me and Stacey are living, no, nothing's official, we're not officially married, or we're not living together yet, but we are living as if we are husband and wife. Alright, so as far as I'm concerned, as far as she's concerned, we're husband and wife until it's official. Alright, so babe, I love you to bits. I'm missing you so much. I can't wait to see you. Alright, love you with all my heart. You're not just, I don't just love you, I adore you. You mean the world to me. Alright, my darling. And you too, babe. Alright, so, like I said, hit the bell button, subscribe button, see all videos coming soon. Ding, ding, done. Yay! Alright, I'll see you guys in the next video, whenever it be. Bye, everyone.